Alright, here's my first impression of the bike. Ergonomics is very similar to my old Africa Twin. I'm somewhere between Lisboa and Porto right now. To be honest, this is actually the first time I've ridden a CFMoto. Good morning, internet. Today is a big day because I am finally leaving Portugal for Morocco. Well, I'm gonna go to Badajoz, the city right at the border between Portugal and Spain. Not gonna make it to Morocco in one day from Portugal, but I just finished packing up the bike, so I went to pick up the bike very early this morning around 8 o'clock and then rode it back, and then after an hour I finally got everything loaded up. Dun 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 dun. These pannier racks by Motor Trek is pretty sturdy. It's actually very sturdy. It can actually function as a protection, extra protection. Got those Rhinowalk bags. Got my tank bag too. Got everything set up. So I am ready to go. Now today, I think the estimated riding time is about 5 hours to get to Badajoz. And I'm trying to stay away from the toll roads, so I'm gonna be riding on the national roads instead of the highway. The roads are most definitely gonna be good from what I heard. So, all right, here we go. This morning I took the bike on a little ride because I parked at a garage which was 15 minutes from here. And to be honest, this is actually the first time I've ridden a CFMoto, and it felt pretty good. Actually, I was a little intimidated by it because it's bigger than I thought, especially the tank. When I'm looking at it from this perspective, it looks just like my Honda Africa Twin. All right, oh, gotta put it in neutral and start. Let's go. Whew. Let's see, I'm about to go down the highway. Earlier, when it was around 8:30, the traffic here was crazy. Well, I guess it was during the rush hour in Porto. And now it's 10 o'clock, so traffic seems a little better. Even their gear switching is like Honda Africa Twin. From first to second to third, I feel the very jerky movement. I have my speakers on, but I can still feel the exhaust. So, ooh, that's probably gonna suck, especially I'm riding for long distances. Finally lunchtime. I've been riding for the past 2 hours, and I think I'm somewhere between Lisboa and Porto right now. So it's 2 o'clock, still got about 3 and 40 minutes to get to Badajoz. Bon appetit. Alright, here's my first impression of the bike. Ergonomics is very similar to my old Africa Twin, 2021 Africa Twin, and especially from the standpoint of the rider. And when I look at the handlebar, the windshield and everything feels very similar to the Africa Twin. Now, while the seat height is a little lower than the Africa Twin, I think this one is only 820 millimeter, so 82 centimeter. I can put my whole feet on the ground, which is good for off-road riding. and the handlebar is still within my reach. Like I don't have to stretch my arms like I did on my Africa Twin. So ergonomics, I think it's very compatible with my body, given that I am about 5'9", 5'10". I have to say this bike is very smooth on the tarmac. It's got the stock tires, and I think these are the 60/40 or 70/30, and it's very smooth, especially when I go in around a curve. Tomorrow I'm gonna get to a city called Seville, and I'm hoping to swap out the tires and get those 50/50 tires before I get to Morroco, so I can get ready for the Trans-Morocco Trail. So far, I like how the bike handles the tarmac. I'll have to test it on the dirt road to see how the suspension works. But I think the suspension is pretty smooth. I hit the front brake a couple times. I immediately felt the front forks went down, so the compression might be a little too high right now. I don't want the compression to be too high because whenever I go on the dirt road and if I hit something hard, and I don't want to bottom up the forks, which is going to cause some damage to the bike, so I might adjust the compression level a little bit on the front forks. Overall, I'm loving the bike so far. And I just finished eating my lunch. Now I'm about to get back on the road. I've been traveling on this national road N1, I believe, this past couple of hours, and I still got about 3 hours and 44 minutes. Took a little break. Now back on the road. Well, surprisingly, I thought my tank was really dry, but I only filled up about 15 liters. And I thought it was the full tank supposed to be 17 liters on the 450 MT, but I guess I still got about 2 liters in the reserve, which didn't show on the odometer. I guess that's a good thing, because when it doesn't show how much you got left, you're less likely gonna push for the limit. Okay, now with the full tank, my range shows that I can go for 423 kilometers. That's pretty good. Woo! God, I've never seen anything like this. Oh, wait a minute, España. Ah, I'm in Spain. This is literally like stay hopping in the US. Let me park over there. Park under the roof, maybe? Alright, I just checked in at the hotel. I think I rode 5.5 hours, and distance was 400 kilometers. That's not bad. I rode from Porto to Badajoz. Man, I have to say I really love this bike. It's just very compatible with my body as far as ergonomics goes. I can't wait to test it on the dirt road. Tomorrow I'm probably gonna go to Tarifa or Algeciras. Both of them are ports where you can take a ferry and then cross the ocean to get to Morocco. I heard mixed opinions about which one is the easiest and most convenient for bikers. So I'm probably gonna talk to the people here at the hotel to ask them which one they think is better. Both ports are pretty close to each other, so but before I go to the port, I'm gonna stop by Seville to get my tires replaced. Yeah, I want to replace those stock tires to something more of a 50/50. I'm looking at Mita's Enduro Trail XT Plus. And those are definitely going to be extremely useful when I go on the Trans-Morocco Trail. So, alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.